Hello, I'm Tammy Beilstein. Welcome to Tammy's Window on Calaveras. I have with me today one of my besties. You probably know her. If you watch this channel at all, you know this woman. I am with Jenny Baxter from Jenny's Kitchen. We are friends. We both have our own shows. We get along like we've known each other since the moment we were born.
Absolutely.
We're both Angels Murphy's Rotarians.
Yes.
We try to find any way we can to get together.
Yes, we do.
So, please welcome Jenny to the show. She's going to make for us tonight corned beef and cabbage.
No cabbage.
Corned beef.
We're going to do something with corned beef. That's already been cooked.
That's right, because we talked about how cabbage smells like farts, and we didn't want to make the whole studio stink. So we're just doing the corned beef and a lot of other.
Why we get along so well?
And a lot of other good stuff here. By the way, we're both in our green today. St. Patrick's Day's coming up.
Yes, it is. Those little leprechauns are going to be coming out here.
Yes.
So I thought I'd make a few little leprechaun meals today. So,
Awesome.
So we're going to start with two of my favorite things. Bailey's Irish cream and chocolate. I mean, how can you go wrong with Bailey's Irish cream and chocolate?
I know.
You can't.
That brings back memories of our first show together, where we did fondue and we did the chocolate.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Wasn't that delicious?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
man.
bonded over chocolate.
Yes, we did. Now,
what do we do?
You can do one of two things. You can melt some butter and get some cookie crumbs and press it into the pie plate.
Okay.
Or you can just get some cookie crumbs, even though I like to mix this with a little butter, because it just makes them a little bit more flavorful. And we can do a sprinkle job, and we're just going to sprinkle some here on the bottom of the plate.
Are these cookies anything fancy, or
No,
are they Oreos?
They can be Oreos, they can be chocolate chip, any kind of chocolate cookie that you want.
Okay.
And if you don't want to use chocolate cookies, then you don't have to. Now.
So, you were going to pour that in here?
Yes, now. Yes.
Okay.
Now, we're going to take this great Bailey's and we're going to sprinkle it on the crumbs and let them get a nice good soaking. Yummy, yummy. Now we're going to make layers. Now we're going to take some of this.
You don't need to press that all the way down?
No. Now we're going to take some of this great chocolate ice cream.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. Calorie, Heaven City. Calorie, but boy, is it good.
That smells good. I don't drink at all, and it's a good thing I don't, right? But it smells so darn good.
Well,
the little bit of alcohol and the chocolate together.
It's marvelous. I mean, this is my favorite. Instead of having dessert sometimes, I'll pour a little bit of Irish cream over ice and just sip it. Oh my God, it's wonderful.
What does it taste like, Irish cream?
It tastes like you're drinking chocolate milk with a little punch. It's delicious.
I didn't know Irish cream was chocolate milk flavor.
Yes, okay, so we're going to get this out like this. That's what I was looking for. Okay, now we're going to sprinkle on some more chocolate crumbs over this. And then what do you think we're going to do next?
Smush?
No.
Is that when you smush? Oh, more of that.
More of this.
Why am I wanting to smush it so bad?
No
this right
smushing.
Here, see that? We can't have that, Jenny.
Then don't let it go to waste, would you please?
Right.
Okay, and then we're going to just pour on a little bit more of chocolate. Oh, don't you just love this? Okay, yummy.
Now I can't touch any of your food because I just look at my fingers.
Yes, you're right. You can't. But then we're just going to make another layer of chocolate. Oh, I love this stuff. It's so good. This is the best pie ever. And you know what? It's quick. Because most of the time, people have this in their kitchen. I mean, they'll have cookies. So if you get unexpected company, you know. And if you have like a vanilla ice cream and like graham cracker crumbs, then you could kind of substitute, you know.
And anybody can make this. The kids can help make this.
Yeah, they can. Now, if
maybe minus that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now if you want to smush a little bit,
I will smush.
And I'm going to sprinkle, and you can smush. I think we have enough to do like one more layer. Okay, let's hold on here. Now we're going to do a little bit of this, like this. Oh my God, you're gonna bite into this and go, oh my God, I've died and gone to heaven.
Wow.
Okay, now I need this back, thank you. Okay, we're just going to
check with your sponsor before you eat this pie.
Okay. All right, smushing girl. And then I'm going to sprinkle on a few more crumbs. And I think we're going to just leave like a little mountain in the middle.
Nice.
And then we're just going to let this kind of just dribble a little bit. That's it. And then you put this in the freezer for, a couple of hours.
Okay.
And then pull it out, cut it into wedges, or just take a spoon,
or
scoop
just
it out,
eat
whatever
it
you want.
out of the pan.
And pour a little bit of Bailey's over ice, and you're set. So here's one thing done.
That is the easiest, quickest pie ever.
And it's so flavorful too. And you know, if
great.
you don't want to use Bailey's, you don't have to, but it's St. Patrick's Day. We gotta, as Emerald would say, kick it up a notch, you know.
Right. But you know, people like me, caramel maybe something. What else would be Irishy besides that?
Something that would be Irishy besides that. You know what? You could do, no, you couldn't even do that.
Mint ice cream
I
because
was
it's green?
thinking, yes, you could do that. I thought maybe a little bit of mint extract, but you would not want to dump it extract. You just want to put like a teaspoon and maybe kind of sprinkle. If you had like vanilla or chocolate ice cream, just a little sprinkle.
Oh, but that smells so good. Oh.
Now, moving down the table.
Okay, what do we have here?
Kids always get to have the best part of when you go to a carnival or a fair because they get the slushies, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to show you how to make an adult slushie. And this is going to be made with Guinness. Okay, which is a great beer. And I'm going to tell you how you're going to do it. Make sure this is warm. Do not use a cold Guinness.
Really?
Yes, you want it to be warm.
I was thinking it already would need to be partly frozen if you're going to make a slushie.
No, okay. Well, this is just how we're going to compile it, and then we're going to freeze it later.
Then freeze it. Beer freezes?
Alcohol does not freeze, but when you make a slushie, it won't be frozen. It'll be slushy. The alcohol will keep it that slush consistency. So this is a simple syrup made with about a half a cup of water and a cup of sugar. You put it in a pan on a stove, and you let it heat to a boiling, then you simmer it for 4 or 5 minutes, and then just let it cool.
Okay.
So to that, we're going to add the juice of half an orange. God, I love these new contraptions that they have out these days. You know?
Wait a minute. Do people know that it goes in that way?
I hope so.
I didn't.
You didn't?
I thought it went the other way. I thought that squished into the soft part of the... Oh, God.
No, it goes upside down.
Oh, my gosh.
Come by my kitchen, honey, for a few lessons.
I learned so much with you.
And then we're going to take the lemon. We're going to squeeze the lemon in, too. And this will kind of cut the flavor. The lemon will cut the sweetness of the sugar without making it like a kid's, which would be overly sweet, you know. Okay, and then we're going to gradually add our Guinness. And we're just going to stir it up.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Have you ever tried this with any other kind of alcohol?
No.
Okay.
Especially not around St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
It's always Guinness. We're going to stir this up. In fact, a couple of St. Patrick's Days ago, I got a call from Bob and Joanna Reagan. You know, they're very well known. Our comedian said, we need someone to go to Channel 10 and represent our town. Are you willing to do it? And I said, sure. So I said, what do I have to do? So they said, well, just, you know, talk about the town a little bit, make a few Irish meals. So I took all the stuff that I was going to make, thinking I would have a half hour. I had 3 minutes. Oh, God. So Steve Gonzalez calls me, you know, Murphy's Garden, and says, that's real fast food, because I did a lamb stew, I did some Guinness bread that we're going to do tonight, and I did 2 or 3 other things. I mean, it was just, he said, now that's what I call fast food. So, okay.
I have to, is it still available? It's probably online somewhere. I got to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was quick.
And were you wearing your, Jenny is famous for her sexy high heel shoes. Were you wearing these shoes while you were trying to do 3 minutes?
No.
Wow, that'd be
no stilettos that day. Oh, God. I love you, Tim. Okay, so now this is ready to be frozen. So you would put this into your ice cream maker. Now, if you don't have an ice cream maker, you're going to put this into like some type of like a tin pan or some other container. Don't use glass. Do not use glass because as glass freezes, it's going to expand, and if it cracks, there goes all of your. Okay.
Okay.
So and you're going to check it after maybe an hour and kind of see if it's getting slushy. If it's getting slushy, bring it out. Get a fork and whip it up real good.
Okay.
Put it back in the freezer and check it like every half hour till it gets to the consistency that you want, and then ladle it into a cup and put in a straw, and there's your Guinness slushy.
That is a
your
great
Guinness
idea.
slushy. Yeah. Oh, it's delicious. You will not be disappointed at all.
Oh, I bet people love that.
Yes,
people already enjoy just sitting around and drinking a beer as is. That's a party right there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's neat.
To make a little Guinness party.
Love it.
Now,
love it.
People mostly do their corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day dinner. When I do a St. Patrick's Day dinner, I will make a couple of corned beefs. One for that night and one that I can make sandwiches off for the rest of the week. Because what I do is I take the one I'm going to make sandwiches off for the week and I glaze the top and bake it. So it tastes more pungent. It has more of a kick to it.
Okay.
And it's perfect for sandwiches. So let me show you how to do that.
I love corned beef. I could live on corned beef, I think.
Would you like to have, this is how it'll look when it comes out. It's going to be nice and glazed, and it'll be, please dig in and have a bite. Well, you have to get some that has glaze.
I like the way you, Jenny decorates every plate. Also, these are a little wilty because it's so hot in the studio.
Yeah, the cameras.
But you make everything a presentation. It's so pretty.
Thank you. I love doing that, you know.
And I better not take another piece at this moment because I will have meat in my teeth.
Well, we don't want you to have meat in your teeth with no floss. Okay, so anyway, I picked up a small corned beef. I roasted it and then I cut it in half, okay? So now I've got about a couple of tablespoons of brown sugar.
To roast it, you just follow the directions on the package, or do you do anything special there?
Actually, I put this into a crock pot with some water on the bottom and some pickling spices and carrots, and just let it go.
A crock pot?
Oh, that's the best way to make it. You've never used a crock pot to make corned beef?
I have, but it seemed like mine was sort of dry, like it sucked all everything out of it.
Well, you either didn't have enough liquid or you got a brisket as opposed to getting a round. Now, a round stays sliceable like this. A brisket, you can pull it apart.
Oh, that must be what I get then.
Yes.
I'm like a baby when it comes to knowing my meats and everything. I'll be at the grocery store and Mark will say, oh, pick this or that up. I have no idea what he's talking about. I'm like, is that red or white? Because I'm looking, I don't know.
Call me, we'll go shopping.
We do need to.
It'll be an excuse to get together.
Seriously, I went to buy ribs night before last night. I wanted beef ribs. I couldn't find them anywhere. And so I got the pork ribs because they were kind of reddish and pinkish. I'm like, Mark will never know.
Oh, yes, he will. Because the beef rib is about this size and the pork rib is about this size. And the flavor is totally different.
It is totally different. Yeah, even when you kind of smother it in barbecue sauce.
Even when you smother it in barbecue sauce. This is about approximately a tablespoon or so of Dijon mustard. And then you're just going to stir it up and make like a little paste. Okay? And you want it to get wet. What you want to do is that you're wetting the brown sugar.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do on your piece of corned beef that's cooked and cold, you know, I don't want you to do this with something hot because it'll start melting before it should. Okay, so you're going to go like this, and then you're going to just plop it on here, on the top of your, and then you're just going to smooth it out. And I like to kind of do the sides as well, so you kind of get an all-over glazed taste. Yeah. I mean, glazing is great. It's wonderful. But it's very, very simple. And because you've had corned beef the night before, you can have it again, but it has a whole different taste to it. It still has that corned beef, but it has something nice and sweet to go with it.
I did get a teeny corner with that flavoring on it. It was very, very good.
No, this is really, really good, and it holds up well for sandwiches, and you know, And you can slice it as thin or as thick as you want, you know.
Okay.
And then pop this in the oven, 350 degrees for, say maybe 15, 20 minutes max.
Okay.
Bring it out and let it cool and slice it for sandwiches.
So good.
Yeah, you'll have to try this for Mark. In fact, you know what? I'll send that piece home, and you can bake it for Mark and give him some sandwiches.
Would I get sick if I ate that on the way home?
Yes,
and then,
you would.
just
no,
wondering.
You wouldn't get
just
sick.
wondering.
No, but it would taste terrible because, I mean, who wants brown sugar out of the box? No.
Okay,
No,
I'll behave.
Yes.
Do you ever make your corned beef with the carrots and potatoes and everything in the
Yes.
crock pot at the same time?
Yes.
You use the crock pot for the whole thing?
Yes, I put my liquid on the bottom, which is normally water. Once in a while,
Like
I'll use beer. I don't know. I'm not a measure cook. I just dump
You just
everything.
know what you're
but
doing, yeah.
Maybe cup and a half.
Okay.
And then I slice my potatoes in half. I never peel. I scrub
red
them real
ones?
good. Red, white, Yukon Gold, whatever you want.
Okay.
Slice them in half. Put them face down. Then I love the French carrots. The French carrots are probably 4 to 5 inches long, and they have the green tops still. And then I scrub them real good. Don't peel again. Cut off the green tops and leave them whole.
Okay.
And put that down. And then I put the corned beef. And then I put the pickling spices. And then the corned beef.
Oh, your
And
spices
then-
go on top of your vegetables, not on top of the meat. You do it that way.
I do it like that. 9 times out of 10, I'll put my pickling spices in with my liquid.
Okay.
But the last time I made it, I sprinkled them on the carrots. Oh my God! And I ate those carrots; they were delicious. So you know, you may
good.
want to add a little to your water, and then or your beer, whatever you're using, and then more on your veggies. I mean, be creative. Create your own essence. It's you know. And then I put the corned beef on that, fat side up, because when it drains, you want it to get down and all the flavors get into your vegetables and into your water. And then about an hour before it's done, slice your cabbage in wedges, lay it on top of the corned beef, lid it again, and let it go.
What are we looking for when we're choosing our corned beef? We want the whole one side to be fatty, or because there's some I've seen where there's not much fat on them at all. It's just,
That's probably because the fat is underneath.
okay.
Yeah, because any good piece of meat should have some fat on it, because that's where your flavor comes from, the fat.
Okay.
So you definitely want, you don't want to have it so thick there's more fat than meat, of course, you know. But it's hard because
Like my body.
oh, stop it.
Go ahead.
So, but it's hard to see whenever something is packaged.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can't tell how much fat it has or what the marbling looks like or anything.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've gone through 10 or 20 just looking for the best ones.
I bet,
so it's
yeah.
like, you know, but that's just how I
Because
shop.
this does not, to me, this has like no fat on it. It has a little
That's because
ribbon of it through the side, the middle there, off to the side. But
Did you notice this didn't have fat either?
Right.
Whenever I glazed it, I cut the fat off.
okay.
And then because the fat had been used, most of it, for this cooking.
Okay.
So then I put the glaze on. So now the glaze gets right down directly
meat.
to the meat. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Right. And this, in the same way, it's boom, boom, boom.
Oh, so good.
Now to my favorite bread.
I love this
Guinness
bread.
beer bread.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give you the Rock of Gibraltar
Oh.
to hold.
Have
If I can get it off.
Have your fans heard your
No,
announcement?
they
Do
haven't.
you want them to?
Of course.
Jenny has an announcement.
I am engaged. I am the happiest woman in Calaveras County, if I can get the ring off of my finger,
It's gorgeous.
to the most wonderful man that is as gorgeous as this ring is.
Here, hold this up.
And he and I went to college together 42 years. So, you know, that was a long time ago, and we're together now. So I'm just elated.
Oh, he's a lucky man.
And I am a lucky woman.
I can't wait till he's here.
Either can I.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's some flour, self-rising flour. You want to use self-rising. About 3 cups of self-rising flour. Okay. Then you want to sprinkle over a couple of tablespoons of sugar. Then you want to mix all of this up.
That was some of that natural sugar, it looked like,
Yes.
the chunky.
Organic raw sugar, yeah. I mean, probably
sounds so much-
90% organic.
That
But
sounds so much fancier than chunky sugar. Yeah. This is why my job is not to name things like that.
you're killing me. Now,
Okay.
so now what you want to do is you want to, again, do not have cold beer. No cold beer. And you're just going to pour this beer in on your sugar and on your self-rising flour.
And that has the yeast in it to
Right.
make it rise,
The
right?
yeast and the sugar acts as a host.
Okay.
That's how you get your yeast to rise, is that you use sugar. Okay?
Ah.
So now you're going to stir this up.
Smells good again.
I know it. I love that. I love that bready smell. It's,
Yeah.
you know, with the yeast and the beer and the, it's just
Oh,
perfect.
me too.
Okay, let me wet this a little bit. Now, I'm going to show you what I do next that I never do at home. Is I'm going to put on a pair of gloves to knead this with.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But I'm not, and the reason why I had to use gloves is because we don't have a sink here for me to wash my hands when I'm
Right.
done, so I thought I'd do the best
Right.
thing. But first of all, you're just
And the
gonna
rock
take,
of, but the rock of Gibraltar would poke
Exactly.
right through those. Can't take a chance.
No, well, you shouldn't.
No.
Maybe you can, but you shouldn't. A regular bread pan. Here's some Irish butter. Got to have Irish butter for Irish foods. And you're
Nice.
just going to lightly grease it, you know. Not anything too heavy. Just a little greasing. Something like this. And then I'm going to put on my gloves and I'm going to knead it a little bit. The only reason why I'm going to do that is because I want the flour to incorporate right into the,
Get on there.
thank you. Okay, so let's put this like this. All right, now, kneading is so simple. I just want to get rid of all of the white flour in the bowl, and the best way to do that is to knead. Now, whenever you knead, what you do is that you put your hand under and fold in, under and in, under and in, and then you kind of punch it down, under and in, until all that white flour has been incorporated into this dough, and the dough feels nice and spongy.
It's a heavy dough, though, isn't it?
Can you see how spongy? Well, it
looks
looks
like
heavy, but
hefty,
it's
yeah.
but it's not. It's the darkness of the beer that has made it.
Okay.
And you know what? I should have had a cold beer. We could have, you know, had a little bit for this, but it's all right. Okay, and
No,
then,
but you don't want to see that, well, when I'm telling you. You don't want to see me drinking.
well, do you remember the cooking show with Graham Kerr? He always had white wine.
No.
And he'd cook, and he'd sip wine and cook and sip wine, you know. And he was on TV for a long time. So now you have
funny.
this, okay? So you're going to plop that into here.
Okay.
And you're going to lay, oh, thank you, that's what I was looking for. You're going to lay some butter on top. Now again, you can melt the butter, but since I don't have a stove here to do that, I'm just going to put regular butter on it without melting it, because when it hits the oven,
Right.
it's, you know, it'll...
Or the studio lights. They
Thank
are
you.
hot.
They certainly are.
They will melt that butter.
And then,
They'll probably bake the bread, too.
you know what, they just might. So I'd say, again, 350 degrees for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then test it. You know, stick a sharp object, a knife or a toothpick, and if it comes out with no crumbs, it's done. And then when you finish, you have this wonderful, wonderful, let me pull this off.
Do you ever sprinkle salt on top of
No.
yours? Okay, I have before. I liked it with the salty taste on
Flavor?
top. Yeah, when it was in this state, I sprinkled the salt on it and baked it. I liked it. I just wondered if you'd ever done it. or
No,
if that's
I
how you
never
do it.
have, but I'll try it next time and I'll think of you.
Okay.
And if it comes out good, I'll give you credit. If it comes out bad,
You'll
I'll
say
take the responsibility.
Oh.
So, but anyway, here's a nice Look at how nice and dense this bread looks. It's so easy, my God. Would you like to sample a piece?
I will sample a little piece. I'm trying the low carb thing.
Oh,
you know.
Okay. Well, you and me both. So here, I will give you this one. I will take this one. That is good.
Yeah. Again, easiest recipe ever. Anybody can do this. Homemade bread.
And with a little bit of Irish butter and a cold Guinness. What more could one ask for? A little Bailey's after dinner.
The ice cream.
Ice cream, you know. Now listen, here's your perfect meal for after your St. Patrick's Day meal. The next night, you get some different flavored mustards.
Yeah.
You put them out, you slice up the bread, you slice up your glazed corned beef, you have your dessert already with your pie, you have some cold Guinnesses on ice. If you have some cabbage left, whip up some mashed potatoes, mix your cabbage in with the mashed potatoes. Yeah.
Really? Are you making this up as we go?
No,
or is this a real thing?
Cole Cullen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then so there's your meal. And then after dinner, you can sip a Bailey's and have it over ice with your pie. During dinner, you can have a Guinness, and you know.
So good. All my favorites: bread, meat, ice cream.
Oh man, I tell you, chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love bread. Bread is my downfall.
Me too.
Oh God, I just love, and any kind of bread. I don't care what kind it is. It's
oh
so
my
good,
God! I've told people before. My grandparents are on one side French, on the other side Portuguese. Both grandpas on either side would use their bread at every meal like a utensil. They would use it to scoop their food onto their fork or spoon or whatever, and then at the end, wipe up their whole plate and eat their bread. So
Dunkers. My dad, speaking of being
in my blood.
Irish, my father, well, I am a quarter Irish. We came from the Cairns clan.
Yeah.
My paternal grandmother was Irish, and my paternal grandfather was from Scotland.
Oh,
and then my mother was from, not she herself, but her family was from Lebanon. So I'm half Lebanese, quarter Irish, and a quarter Scotch.
Wow.
So I have quite a combination.
Those Lebanese genes are pretty strong.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Yes. And believe it or not, when my sister was younger, she had blonde hair and she had green eyes. So, but the rest of the members of my family had the olive skin like I had and the dark hair.
Yeah.
So, those genes she got the more Irish Scot, I got the more Lebanese.
Okay.
But I'm proud of my whole nationality.
Yes.
So, and I'm so proud of being on your show. Thank
you. I love having you on.
Thank you. I love coming on.
It's so fun.
Talking, laughing, eating, you know.
Sure. Do you need this back?
Oh my God! Yes, I do.
My goodness, look at this. If you were to knead that bread with this on, you'd have enough dough left over in it to feed a little country.
No, I'd never clean house with it. I'd never cook with it. It's like, no.
It's so beautiful.
And I don't know why I can't get it on my finger now. There we go.
There we go.
I was getting nervous there,
It's all right. I would have volunteered to wear it for you.
Thank you. Oh, you're too
for
kind.
the
What a
duration
friend.
of your life.
What a friend, Well, happy St. Patrick's Day to you.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
And
Thank you for coming on.
And cook Mark something.
Yes, I'm going to try the various ways of making the corned beef.
Yes,
because I love it.
Me too.
I think most people are like me in this way. I get in a habit of doing something a certain way, and every year I make it the same way. I don't even think to change it up. But I'm gonna change it up so I can eat it longer.
Stretch yourself.
Yeah, stretch myself.
Yeah, step out of your comfort zone, and if it falls apart, okay. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
Just try it again with something different, or not. The worst thing that can happen is that if you make a mistake, and I've made plenty, it goes in the trash. The worst. No broken bones.
Right.
you know, no less income, none of those things like that. So
no, it'll be great. Oh my goodness.
Will.
I'm so glad you came on.
Thank you so much.
We
I
need
appreciate
to
you
do
having
this.
me.
Maybe we should make it a holiday thing. Each different holiday, you come on and make something that.
Wouldn't that be great? Let's see. I would be here January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Nothing in August. September, October.
My birthday's in August.
Oh,
birthday cake.
Then we'll do birthday cake. Oh, I got the best chocolate. Oh my God, you died and gone to heaven.
Sounds great.
And you soak currants or raisins in cognac. Oh my God, it's out of this world.
You're so awesome. Thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for being here.
Thank
That
you
went
for
by
having me.
quickly. That was
Too
a
quick.
fast show.
Too quick.
If any of you want to learn more about Jenny, find out how she does her recipes, I'm sure you have stuff about your life, whatever, jennyskitchen.com, correct?
Correct. And if you need to email me to get the recipes, jenny@jennyskitchen.com.
Yeah, you will be so happy that you connected with her.
Thank you. I'm so happy I connected with you.
Me too. Me too. You guys, thank you all for watching. That was a quick, wonderful show. I will see you next time then on Tammy's Window on Calaveras.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Love you. Love you more.